I need a reason to start watching again. Not my words, the words of Appalachian Hachi. Uh,
That's your dad trying to pronounce something in French when he's not got his glasses. Could I get a Danish boog? No, that's Danish 800 grams. A Danish boog. How about that? Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura, you little fucker.
But anyway, enough of that side tangent. I need a reason to start watching again. An interesting thread and an interesting idea. Because look, why would people want to start watching EastEnders? I mean, take it last year. Last year, it was the build up to 6, and you had Sixmas, and it was all about the 6. It's all about the men getting what they deserve, the build up to who dies. An interesting hook, a very good hook. All the same, set up in February, pay off in December. A really interesting hook. But this year, you don't have the same. This year, we don't really know what's going to happen at Christmas. It's, the pieces are falling into place. The stories are setting up for there. We do have a lot of stuff, which we'll get into very shortly. But also, like, in comparison to last year, the hook isn't necessarily there as much. It's the kind of weird little tangent. Last year we had a whodunit. This year we got something. But let's just remind everybody of the stakes. We are heading into the 40th year that EastEnders has been on our screens. It's been here for 40 years. Started in February 1985 and has only stopped for about, 5 to 6 months in 2020. That's how consistent EastEnders has been over the years. A constant source of entertainment, a constant source, a revolving door, an endless fucking serial that at the end of the day gets new history every single episode. And this is ahead of Christmas as well. And this is Chris Clenshaw's swan song. Chris Clenshaw, the executive producer, has been in charge since roughly 2022 and is bowing out just after the 40th anniversary, which is quite fucking bold if you ask me. If he does it, absolute cinema. Because he's been in charge. He's had a great fucking run. He's done so much good stuff in his time. And he gets to polish it off with the 40th anniversary. Which I don't mean to alarm anyone. It's going to be the biggest anniversary because it's only getting older. And it's 40 years. But yeah, just as a question to you, what do you think about Chris Clenshaw saying, "Fuck yous, I'm leaving" at the 40th?
It's funny because he can literally just, I'm gonna say it very crudely, he can literally just pop his balls down the table and go suck him. That's literally what he's doing. Go on.
Yep.
Fucking suck him, mate. Very crude, but let's be honest, that's fucking what he's doing. What's gonna really affect the next producer is he has to finish up Chris CC's fucking CV, because obviously he's gonna have storylines that are supposed to be running until July. Side note, just very quickly, do you know when the EastEnders stopped during the pandemic? Were there already episodes that were filmed but never aired?
I don't think so. They stretched it out as much as they humanly could.
So you're telling me
they lowered the time and they kind of they stretched it out as much as they could. But yeah.
No, I mean, did they have because they filmed?
I don't think so.
Alright.
It's hard to tell, but we don't know. But yeah, so essentially carrying it on though to keep a thread running through this fucking episode. Chris Clenshaw has had a very tenuous role in charge. He has taken EastEnders back from the fucking pits, and it was the pits. It wasn't quite as bad as 2019 and 2020. It wasn't as bad as 2021. It was better than 2022, but in 2023, Chris Clenshaw made EastEnders must see. You had to fucking watch it. With so much interesting things, the introduction of the Knights, Cindy Beale returning from the dead, original Peter actor returning after many long years, the new Mitchells, there are a lot of like success stories. Suki and Eve, there's a lot of success stories about his 2023 and now 2024 of EastEnders. It's been a very consistent product, which in my eyes took EastEnders from my number 3 soap to the number 1. And it's kind of in comparison to what fucking Coronation Street's doing and what Hollyoaks are doing. Fuck me, has it made it 10 times better. So, like, viewership numbers are up, streaming numbers are up, Christmas was really high viewed. This is, as said before, this is going to be a swan song for Chris Crenshaw. Now, where are we heading to? We're heading to Christmas 2024. What generally are, just rattle off some of the, what do you reckon some of the main storylines are going to be?
Well, it's obviously Phil writes that Mr. Moon will die. The man in the moon will now be the man in the sky.
Just a theory. But there was stuff we're actually seeing currently that we can kind of guess will be a part. Like Reese, for example.
Reese might get caught out for murdering. Well, murdering in quotations.
He still murdered her.
Yeah, but she was practically dead. Let's be real.
Yeah, but he still murdered her.
Alright, fair enough. You say tomato, I say tomato. Okay. He also kidnapping Bianca, which is not cool. That's not cool. Like at least give her a proper toilet or something.
Yeah, but like, so like I said, I will argue that Reese's storyline will culminate at Christmas. Reese he murdered his wife. He sent his fiancée to prison, pregnant with his child, and has kidnapped his fiancée's sister, and is keeping her fucking cooked up in a unit. I 100% believe that Reese's antics will be found out this Christmas, and if they manage to drag it to fucking February, I will be shocked. Another thing I'd imagine will kind of run a thread through Christmas will be the Cindy and Junior affair coming out. I feel like that'll be a big source of drama with the Knights and the Beals, and probably finally the time that Ian decides it's over. Finally, Ian will likely stand up for himself and decide, I don't want to get this fucking shit anymore. You know, there's a chance that Phil Mitchell's loneliness storyline, probably not culminates Christmas. I mentioned it'd be a long-running one. But, you know, he kind of has... Because over the last year, Phil has kind of, in the pecking order of the Mitchells, Phil has moved dramatically down. Billy's raised up, Teddy's raised up, Stevie even rose up, but Phil keeps sinking down. He's lost all the women he's loved, his kids are all gone, he's by himself, and he's an older man who had an abusive dad, who never really told him or taught him how to speak about his feelings. So that will likely come to a head at Christmas. I'd imagine Tommy and Tommy's abuse of Kat as well will be a big running storyline into this Christmas, as he's been abusing Kat, and Alfie and Kat have gotten back together, reunited. Is there a Christmas wedding on the cards? You know, there's a chance, possibly a chance, you know. They could even angle it as like 20 years of Kat and Alfie, even if they're doing a bit of stretchy with the numbers. The imminent return of Ruby Allen, Martin Fowler's ex-wife, who has had his baby. The baby should be 2 years old. And, you know, Martin's not really gotten to be a dad in a long time. He was the dad to Bex, but, you know, he's not really gotten to see... Because Ruby and Martin, before she got set up for a fucking weed farm that Mo had in the garage, before she got set up for that, she was feuding with Stacey, who they were best friends for a long period of time, but then Ruby got with Martin, and they got together, and they actually started to be in love, but Ruby started scheming to get Stacey out of his life because Stacey wouldn't stay the fuck away, and Martin's head was always generally getting turned. So now Ruby, with a vendetta, having to having to deal with being a single mum, will now return with Martin's baby. And I can't imagine it'll be all roses. I can't imagine Ruby will be particularly happy with childcare. And let's be honest, Stacey will get involved somehow, as her and Stacey were best friends.
Yeah.
Are there any other main things I'm missing, do you reckon? Oh,
Linda.
yeah, the six as well. The six stuff has relatively like kind of eased out of control. Like now it's manageable. The six killed Keanu, covered up the body, and have been having to deal with the consequences of doing that for the last year. And now Nish has gone to prison. Nish has gone to prison saying, I killed Keanu. I buried him. It was me. It was me. It was me. I did it. And it's, you know, kind of heavily suggested that Nish is gone. Which, you know, as a seasoned EastEnders fan, there's a high chance he comes back and tries to kill people. Let's be honest. There's a high chance he comes back to try and kill people. Maybe he is gone. Maybe he is fully gone. It's ambiguous, but usually he's probably going to be back. But Linda exposed that she killed Keanu. Bernie is on the scene. And let's be honest, Bernie will probably be on a mission to, because they took away Keanu from her, she'll be on a fucking mission to ruin their lives. Because they took away an innocent man's life. Just, well, she didn't really know the reason why, but the fact of the matter is they killed Keanu, covered it up, and are pinning it on someone else. People are theorizing that there may be a sort of grounding moment with Linda where she starts drinking again, and then she gradually starts to, you know, gets really ill. Maybe she needs a transplant or something. She gets really, really ill. And then people are theorizing there may be like a ghost of Christmas past or present or future. And this could be a big plot point around Christmas because, let's be honest, Linda has been the main character of the Chris Crenshaw era. Just like Ben and Whitney of previous eras, just like Gray. Just like Stacey of years before. But there's a high chance, well, there's chance that they show what Linda's life could be like. If she keeps drinking, could she neglect Annie? Could she die? Could Ollie die? Could she die? And I'd imagine that would be the way of her to start healing and start getting over the fact that she's been racked with grief over killing Keanu. And all of that is just for Christmas. But Christmas isn't even the end of it. Christmas doesn't fucking end things. As 2 months after Christmas, the fucking 40th anniversary is happening. And the 40th anniversary is going to be a big deal. It's 40 years of EastEnders. So let's be honest, Chris Clenshaw's brought back a lot of faces from the past. Brought back David Wicks, brought back Chrissy Watts. Who the fuck else he brought back? I don't remember.
Ruby Allen.
Ruby Allen.
Stacey's ex-boyfriend, Ryan Malloy.
Yeah, Ryan Malloy came back. I'd imagine Janine will be making a reappearance for the 40th, let's be honest.
I'm trying to think of other people that appeared during his time. Jane.
Yeah, Jane as well. But
like, by tech.
But yeah, but still, with that said, a 40th anniversary, there's going to be some cameos, there's going to be some returns. Probably all short stints because you don't really want the smell lingering too long, you know? Oh, the smells of roses, and suddenly you've been smelling roses for 3 months. You're just like, fucking make it stop, man. I don't want to smell it anymore. So, is there a potential Grant Mitchell return on the cards? I think that's got a high chance. He's already coming back to present a documentary about EastEnders. What's to tell he's not already in the studios fucking filming that bad boy? So, all that said, there are a lot of good reasons to watch EastEnders heading into Christmas. And the anniversary, it's going to be a big time for the show. It's going to be a big time as a fan. And there's going to be a lot of really enjoyable stuff. Bit of fan service for the oldies. A bit of new characters meets the old for the new people who may not know some of these characters. It is going to be a true celebration of EastEnders, as it has been 40 years. So hopefully, that's the reason to start watching. And just for another example, just because this video has been long enough already, my brother started watching EastEnders last Christmas, and despite watching multiple Christmases, despite seeing all the Christmas pretty much since 2018. He's watched all the Christmases since 2018, but this year he continued. And now he's been watching it for the last 11 months, and it's likely nowhere closer to stopping than when he started. So once again, it's a good time to get into the show. And finally, each time we talk about EastEnders, I'll be like, look, not now. It's not the fucking time. You don't do it now. I'm not even enjoying it now. Don't do it. Now is the perfect time to get invested. Before you start to not know what's going on, you get enough of a runway to be able to stick the landing.